All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brother Tazapanya.
My brother Maccabee.
We are the sons of Yasha'Allah, camp out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. First and foremost, we want to give all praises unto our Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Quadash, giving double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. Okay, because that's literally who the Most High is only dealing with in these times. Okay, the remnant. All right, so we're going to get into a couple scriptures as you see the topic, all right? And there shall be famines and troubles. That's pursuant to the book of Mark. We're eventually going to get there, but there's a couple of things I just wanted to show you because I did a video earlier, and I said, Lord willing, if I get the chance or the Spirit come upon me to do a video, you see what I'm saying, I'll do it, and I guess now we here, right? So I'm gonna just show you a couple witnesses why. See, the Spirit works in as a body, right? And the scriptures say that there shall be many. Your young men shall dream dreams, and you see visions. Roughly paraphrasing here, right? So as I'm scrolling down, right, my YouTube, right, you got the Epic Economist, right? The Chinese lockdown trigger panic. It says across local supermarkets as food supply chains basically seize, right? And then we continue to go down a little bit, right? Dabu 7 says, let's see, when the food system breaks down, everything will break down with it. All right. And then we go a little bit more down. GMS upon precepts 2, he's destroying you through the food, right? Let's see here. This is John Williams, secular dude, economic analyst. Food prices will 3 times from here, right?
And the food, and then, not to butt in, but like if you're where we are at here in Colorado, like the brother mentioned, man, inflation is through the roof. Colorado was already kind of in the midst of like a gentrification process when this hit. So this is, we got like a home, I'm sure it's everywhere, but we got like a homelessness wave that's out of control. Like it's an unfixable problem. I can just only imagine how bad it's going to get. You know what I'm saying?
And this is Elder Malcolm about 4 hours ago. Gradualism is not so gradual anymore. Things are speeding up. And I actually watched this video as he goes into, I think this woman that he's subscribed to that talks about certain things. And she was talking about basically the food processing plants in the last couple days or weeks or whatever, like 18 of them has got caught on fire or a plane has crashed into them, right?
Coincidence?
So coincidence, right? This is the elder brother from GMS Boston. Joy will soon be sorrow in the land, and you already know what he's talking about. All right. This was the one I seen earlier. Elder Apostle Tahar, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Watch to the end. He reads from a document, and he goes into this famine and everything of that nature. Because all of this that's bringing into is that the agenda of the elite, which is the Great Reset, which is going to lead to the M to the Izzo, the T to the Bizet,
right?
Like Apostle Ramha said in during the camp last week.
Oh, for real.
All right. Let's see. I think there was like one more. You feel me? And then we actually get into. Oh, this is the beloved brother I nah out in GMS Denver. My dream, much death is coming. All right.
And he ain't lying.
Con. Let's see right here. I think there might have been like one more. But that well, hey, we'll see. What was that like? What six witnesses right there? So we definitely, the spirit is definitely going into this famine thing. Know what I mean? And so we're gonna get into some scriptures. Yeah, we'll leave it at there. All right. And so I did a video as well too. So yeah, so we're gonna get into some scriptures. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse verse 52, starting at 52. And it reads, "And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates." See, I wanted to go into that word besiege, right? And it is the word tazarar. Tazarar, right? And it says to bind, be narrow, be in distress, make narrow, cause distress, besiege, be straightened, be bound, to bind, tie up, shut up, to be scant, be cramped, be in straits, show hostility toward, vex, harass, treat with enmity, harasser, vexer, right? So these people are vexing, they're oppressing, they're shutting up this supply chain, man.
Okay.
All right. So in the ancient days, the armies would actually camp outside of the city, of the walls and all of that, and cut off your trafficking, your merchants, because that's how they used to trade things.
Right.
You see,
and then Salakia, because you the way you can do this, right? Like your thought process. We're an invading army, right? We ride into your land. The main force encamps around your city, and then the general would come to maybe a band of men, like hey, and you pick some of your best men, and you like, hey, yo, go to this city. This is where the grain is, and poison it, slaughter them, burn it to the ground, whatever it takes to cut off the food. And you even do that like in games like Assassin's Creed, where you'll be cutting off the supply chain to a place to make the siege easier, because a hungry enemy is a defeated enemy.
Yeah, come.
You
don't have the energy to fight, man.
Right. Just like, and we play Total War a lot. Like me and the brother Yada grew up playing Total War. If you don't have the food to feed the people, let alone the military or the army, then your morale starts to drop. You start losing battles you wouldn't normally lose. Things of that nature. Your men start falling sick. Plague sets in. Things like that. So you got to keep that supply chain going. So this happening in Babylon on this scale is unprecedented, man.
Right.
These are unwalled cities. Just to Salakia to break down.
No, wait. That's the spirit. Get Ezekiel 38. That literally was going on to that, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because watch.
Ezekiel, I was in Ezekiel.
Oh yeah,
I'll go to 38.
Yeah, chapter 38. I would start at verse 11, because we know chapter 38 is talking about the war with Gog and Magog.
Yeah.
Right. That's supposed to be the leader of Russia in the land of Russia. Right. So this is going into how Russia is basically going to be fighting with Babylon the Great, so on and so forth. Right.
So this is we'll get it. This is Ezekiel 38 and 11, and it reads, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, and all them dwelling within the walls, and having neither bars nor gates."
Right. So doesn't Babylon the Great, which is America, they feel like they safe, they're the greatest superpower, nothing will happen to them.
Right. And when they say, "Oh, I wish somebody tried to invade over here."
Right. You feel me? That's that pride.
That pride.
That pride goes before a fall, man.
And the pride also deceiveth thee, man.
Yeah,
you are not as mighty as you believe.
And see, it's crazy because your sleepy, creepy Jim Crow Joe going to say, well, the prices is going up because of Putin.
Bitch,
right?
This is a self-inflicted wound.
Well, if that's the case, you see what I'm saying? It's showing that they're going to be going into, let's say it is used, but we know everything is orchestrated.
Right.
They're going to be the ones to basically go against that unwalled city. There is no defense. You see what I'm saying? Because the way the Most High set it up of what he wants to happen, he didn't raise Babylon up just to destroy it, man. You know, the proud deceiveth thee, like you said. So look, you just said the unwalled cities, right? Back in Deuteronomy 28:52, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down. You see, so high and fenced walls come down is basically the failing of America, man. You had two armed forces in the military, cybersecurity officials that resigned because they said China won the cyber war, man.
Right.
Their technology is too great compared to what we got, man.
Shalakia, bro, and that's the spirit. Because I was at Yada's, you know, I went to go just simply pick up, you know, some icy hot, and we was watching some military cats like pull off. A bunch of them, he kissing his girl and she crying. Media, I'm like, that nigga's going to Poland, like, because we just happened to witness, you know. So now I'm going to speak as a man, right? My thought is, whatever's going on in Russia or in Ukraine is losing. Like, they're losing now, and Russia's proven to be too much, and NATO about to get involved, which is why they pulling all these troops nonchalantly and quote unquote quietly to Poland to try and set up this quote unquote invasion. Now they might get punched in the mouth before that happens, or you know, blah blah blah. But these niggas going to Poland. I'll tell you that right now, and they're gonna try to do something through that little strait. I think we showed it before on camera, where Crimea and all that in the Baltic Sea, because Poland has access to the Baltic, so they're gonna probably try to get in there.
Well, that's the most I'm putting the hooks in the jaws of Russia, making Russia do these things, which, like we know, is all orchestrated, but it's really orchestrated by Yahweh. On the left-hand side. You see what I'm saying? In order to get NATO involved, because that's the beginning of sorrows, basically, of the third world, the
leading up to Joel the 3rd chapter, leading up to them to the fighting, to the missiles being dropped. And
I brought that up today. I posted that on IG. The RT News posted that the global military spending budget record has just been broken in 2022.
Right.
And in Joel 3, it says that prepare the Gentiles for war, right? Skip down, that's verse 8, verse 9, roughly paraphrasing here, that let the weak be called strong. Turn your pruning hooks into spears, and your plowshares and the swords. Basically taking things that you need, your agricultural budget, and spend it on your military arsenal, your nuclear weapons, because this is what is coming. This is the war to end all war. So we see in prophecy being fulfilled as we speak, man. You know, and the main countries was the U.S., Russia, India, UK, and China. All right, which is, you know, So back to Deuteronomy 28 real quick, right? Until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest. Doesn't it say in Isaiah to not those that trust in Egypt? All right, the staff, you know, shall break through your hand and all that, right? Because you trusted in America's system, in the brainwashing that America's the greatest city and nothing gonna happen to it.
Which is brainwash. I'm sorry. If you are alive in 2022 and you still think that America just culturally is the greatest place on earth, like, you drinking the Kool-Aid, son.
This is the valley of the shadow of death, man. A very low moral place.
America has nothing to offer the world outside of its influence, and the majority of the world has had it with American influence. Okay,
the same people that was trusting in the jump shot now trusting in the fact that they went from the plague heads, right? I don't want to say nothing, you know, into the Ukraine heads. Oh, Ukraine,
bro.
Yeah, there's just
it's
media.
Not even, it's gone.
You know,
I mean, we're not going. You know, we ain't got to talk too deeply on it, but that shit is gone. Yeah. Like, the issue, people they lifted it from everything. Blah blah blah. It just faded away, and you know, we know why, because that narrative started to fall apart, and there was a lot of questions that was going to be having to be answered. So they did what, you know, what we was just talking about, their little magic trick, show you one thing while they do something with this hand, and they switched the whole narrative. And they was like, well, look at this. We're not even gonna talk about that no more. This.
Well, since you brought that up, Ak, if you bring up Job 20, and 22.
Okay. Slack it.
You know, because you see, how you gonna trust in something that's literally falling, circling the drain in front of your eyes, man?
Okay. This is Job 20 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
So when we read besieged, it wasn't one of the words with straits. What is straits? A position of difficulty, man.
Right.
All right. America is is coming into and is already in a position of difficulty. It can't easily, get food to transport to certain places. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep prices at a low because of debt, because of inflation, so on and so forth, man. All right. This is the besiege of the city, man, and in the city is the great city, which is Babylon the Great, which is America. So back in Deuteronomy 28:52, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee.
Right.
All right.
You mind if I wanted to land back off you real quick, just off of what we was basically talking about, and it's also in Job, but it's Job 13, and it's like. It's where physicians of no value, which is Job 13:4. But just kind of like like the brother was mentioning, man. You got E doing all this magic, but at the end of the day, all right, it ain't nothing but left hand side wickedness. And to be real, if you didn't know now, you should know, right? This is Job 13:4, and it reads, "But you are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value." So your Fauci's, your whatever that, I forget that white woman that went on television every day. We're not gonna put too much out there, but it was a facade, and they've always been giving you a facade. This whole thing is a facade. It's not real.
Yeah, and look, going back to that physician or forgers of lies, right? And it kind of goes hand in hand.
Right.
Oh, as long as you support us, in helping Ukraine, then we can easily defeat Russia and Putin, and we can get these gas prices down and inflation. That's a lie,
bro.
Man.
And a year ago, people didn't want to be within 6 feet of each other. Now y'all fighting a war.
Well, look, unemployment is at an all-time high.
Right.
Homelessness is at an all-time high.
Violent crime.
Violent crimes at an all-time high. But yet you able to find, what was it, some $700 million in aid or whatever to send to over. Come on, man.
Right. Actually, and to keep it going. Like you said, homelessness, they made in our state alone, it's legal to like having meth on you is a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm saying
that's
like
crazy.
Having meth on you in Denver, at least in Denver County, you could have meth, crack, cocaine, and you're gonna not get slapped.
Yeah, no wonder why Colfax out there.
Colfax is wild. To be real, I salute the brothers fiends that stay up that way, but that shit wild. Because they won't let you do that down this way. No. They still haven't really even accepted that they let you blow the tree down this way. But up in Denver, bro, they'll let you have whatever. It's free game, and it's easier for the police. They have let Babylon, bro. Wickedness is wicked. Where what's wrong is right. What's right is wrong.
If you could get Babu Shah, the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 8. While I'll finish the point in Deuteronomy 28.
You said 13 and 8?
So 13 and 8. So this Deuteronomy 28, verse 53, is the point. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. What's the fruit of thine own body? Your children, man. You plant seed in your woman, you see, and what grows? Fruit, right? That is your seed growing in her womb, and it comes out. It yields fruit. The flesh, of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee. See, y'all don't have the vision to understand how difficult and how crazy it's about to get out here, man. We talking about a time that has never happened before. Jacob's trouble, man. God. People are going to eat their own Israelites.
They're going to bug out.
So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. There's not going to be no food out here that they're going to eat their own children, man. You see what I'm saying? And the little ones is going to be a delicacy, man. You see what I'm saying?
And is it not in Isaiah 13 and 8? it says no pity on the fruit of thy womb, basically. There ain't gonna be no pity, man. There ain't gonna be no mercy. And then Isaiah 9, it speaks about how the Lord ain't gonna spare nobody, man.
Yeah.
Whether you be old or young.
Yeah. Says on Ezekiel too.
Right. Whether
the elderly, the women,
it's not gonna be in the day of mercy, man. There's gonna be no quarter.
Well, the doors of mercy is about to close because the famine of the word is coming. You got Google talking about
in the day of vengeance is what I meant to say.
Meant to say.
I said mercy, but
in
the day of vengeance, there ain't gonna be no mercy.
Yeah,
for nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you not good with the Most High, and me and y'all was talking about this earlier, because like we was talking about women, right? And it just kind of came to like, all right, y'all women can do what you want, but at the end of the day, you need a covering. Right. And the only way that a woman can provide a covering or get one is through a man, through a righteous man. That's right. So if you just with a regular run of the mill nigga, you're already dead. Yeah. If you don't have a nigga, you're dead. Unless a man of righteous, who has that covering, who has that hedge.
Because most of y'all barely even have a man. And even if you're lucky to get a man, is he a man of the Lord?
Right. Because Yada was saying, he was like, think on this. You got a woman and you think that maybe you the only one dealing with her. And in that day, you run to go get her, right? But 6 niggas did the same thing you did. And y'all all find out on the same day that you was the sneaky link.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And Yada was like, man, that's going to make some men be wroth. And maybe all 6 of them,
they all kill each other
or kill her and have their way with her and put her off anyway. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had told me like, nigga, you need to start doing that. I was like, what? So I put a piece on there. I ain't even say nothing.
It's all good. And it continues on to say, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee in the siege, and in the straightness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. See, so there's going to be a great distress, man. All right, you're going to be stressed out when this famine hit and this hyperinflation hit, and milk is $15 for a cart. You see what I'm saying? And gas is $8, $9, $10. It's already $6 in Cali. You feel me? New York, things of that nature. You right, $4 or $5 out here. All right, when it starts to jump $2, $3 more dollars. And everything else is and it's coming in less than 12 months, less than 6 months, man. We've seen that in the video, and I speak as a man. You see what I'm saying? But we really feeling and seeing this, man. Yeah, like Elder Malcolm has said, the gradualism ain't gradual no more. The devil knoweth he had a short time. Who's the devil? Who's the false accuser? Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, man. All right, but
I just had to set the land back off you real quick. This 2 Corinthians 2:13, and it reads, I told you before, and I foretell you as if I were present the second time, and being absent now, I write to them which heretofore have sinned, and to all other, that if I come again, I will not spare. All right, that's where we at. That point where the Most High coming back, and he ain't coming back to say this again. He not coming back to be like, I told you, and I tell you, I've been told you how many punishments I got put you through. This time it's just gonna be swift. Like, you know what, nigga, you'll get it on the other side. Swap, and that's it. There ain't gonna be no mercy for nobody. So it's time to really put, especially if you sisters out there that cleave under this thing, y'all better get this in your mind. You running out of time.
And that makes sense because Paul was, talking to the Corinthians and how he came there so many times. Remember, the Corinthians was going off so much that he wrote 2 epistles, man, and he went to them 3 times.
Says you niggas is,
what I mean? So he was like, "Yo, this next time I'll come again, I ain't sparing." So, but that was in the spirit, so we could definitely get that relatability with Yahweh Shah coming back for that second time, and he came the first time, he gave you the grace, the comforter. Y'all don't want to listen. When I come the second time, he said, those that don't worship me or obey me, bring them in front of me and slay them.
I was gonna say, that's the will of the Most High. But you say that to some people, they just go, "Oh, Jesus is love, brother." That's not what's happening here. You need to get your mind right. because you niggas running out of time. All right. Select it, bro.
Yeah.
Did you get? I was gonna go back to that, Mark.
Yeah, that'll be the last 7. You know what I mean? If anything, and we just go into it because I'm gonna get the Well, yeah, when you get into it, I'll tell you.
This is
start at verse 7. Might as well.
This is Mark 13, and I'm gonna start at 7. And when you shall hear of rumors of war, Salakia, and when you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars,
right, Ukraine, Russia, China, Taiwan, so on and so forth.
Be ye not troubled, for such things must Salakia. For such things must needs be.
For such things must want be or must maybe be.
Salakia's light my phone up. For such things must needs be.
It's a necessity. It has to happen. Yeah, go ahead.
But the end shall not be yet.
Okay. So what has to happen for the end?
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places.
Here's the point.
And there shall be famine and troubles. Ooh. And these are the beginning of sorrow.
Salakia. So get second Esdras, chapter, what is it? 16 and 18. So look, I'm gonna go into the word troubles, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go into famines and I'm gonna go into troubles. So famines in the Greek is
Strong's G 3042. Lemas.
And Lemas means scarcity of harvest, famine, hunger, dearth, through the idea of destitution, a scarcity of food. All right, and what they keep talking on the news, man. All right, famine, food supply crisis, so on and so forth. Right. So watch this. So if there's going to be a scarcity of food, what do you think a scarcity of food is going to produce? Let's look up this word troubles in the Greek.
Strong's G 5016. Tarache.
Right, and it means disturbance, commotion. Metaphorically, a tumult, sedition. Sedition. Right? When you go to the Strong's definition, it says disturbance, an example of water roiling or of a mob.
A mob.
There's going to be mobs on the street because niggas can't eat, man.
This one we're going to have to jump back into this. This needs a part 2. I'm just saying. This is
Lord willing. All right,
if you ain't got nothing going on later this week, we should do part 2.
Because
I got so much more that we could throw on.
All right.
I don't want to make it too long.
Yeah.
Attention span.
Exactly. So we're going to make this second Esdras the last precept. Right? Because look at what we read in Mark. It said these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? Famines and troubles. All right. So scarcity of food and mobs in the streets. All right, is the beginning of sorrows, man. So we're coming into that. All right. So, and see, we're at the time where victuals is so cheap, right, that they would think themselves in good case. You see what I'm saying? We coming into a time where sudden when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them as a woman in travail, man. The fucking birth pangs and the water just gonna break. Oh, water. We just so troubled it just went in the water.
Did we just talk about
it just really, the water gonna break of water roiling. You see, matter of fact, I gotta look up that word roiling in the etymology.
Because we was talking about that boiling, what did he say? The boiling frog?
Royal. So royal means to rust, make muddy. Woo! And thy enemy and she that is my enemy shall be trodden down as in the mire. What's mire? Mud, shit, man, in the streets, man. All right, so the Most High is gonna dirty this shit up, man. All right, to mix mortar, to regulate, woo, yo, to churn, to boil, be agitated. So it looked like you just said, I didn't think it went together, but it makes sense now. The frog getting boiled is the same thing with royal, man.
Right.
All right. ROIL. But you got that second Esdras up?
Slakia. Oh my God. I had it. My phone playing. You wanted 16
and 18.
This is Second Esdras 16. Come on, man. Do what I'm asking you to do. Technology's so stupid. I was gonna almost grab my book just because I didn't want to deal with this. You said you want me to start at where, bro?
16, 18.
18. I got you. Slack you. Make sure it went to the right thing. So I don't think it was right. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 18. And it reads, actually, I'm gonna start 17 if you don't mind. And it happened that when I had heard, I stood up on my feet.
Chapter 16.
That should be 2nd Ezra
16, and you're gonna start at verse 17.
This thing is playing, bro. Stop. Hold on. It's like not trying to. It's going like one by one instead of like just going. I mean, if you want, I'll just read it. Select it. Good look. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, and it reads.
Well, you said you're gonna start 17.
I'll start 17. So, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
We're coming into them days right now, man. All right. Woe means destruction.
God.
All right.
The beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
So didn't Yahushua just prophesy the beginning of sorrows, the famines and the troubles, the earthquakes in diverse places, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom?
God. The beginning of famine and great death.
See, so what does famine bring?
God.
Great death,
right,
man.
Man, if you can't eat, you're gonna die.
And the brother Ainah just had a dream, which I'm gonna watch this video, Lord willing, about death, great death coming. Go ahead, Art.
God. And people in Colorado are wasteful as fuck too. I don't know if it's like that everywhere. I mean, I'm sure it's like that all over America, but in Colorado, like people, the homeless live better here than in a lot of places. I would say, if you dig a whole sandwich out the trash, you know what I'm saying, for real. They just throw away all kinds of shit. Slovakia. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right.
In the question form.
So look, the beginning of wars, right? You know how many people, like you said, little testimonies, co-workers, and even politicians scared of nuclear war kind of being brewed because of this Russia-Ukraine thing that's orchestrated. So they're beginning to fear, man, because they know if this leads to World War III, this is the war that end all wars. You see what I'm saying? So it goes on to say the beginning of evils. What does evil mean? A bad time. When you go into the etymology, what shall I do when these bad times, these evils shall come, man? Because if you ain't nothing you can do other than have faith in Yahweh. There's nothing that you can do. You have to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Without his covering, it's over with, man. We are coming into serious, perilous tribulation in times, man. The beginning of sorrows that we just read, man. This is it, man. All right, we waiting on the M to the Izzo, the T to the Bizze. You feel me?
Yo.
And after that, you feel me? There's a short period of time until the missiles fly,
right?
And until we go into them so-called spaceships, man. Lord willing, of course. All right, because that's the only way out of here. Salvation through the Most High and his angels, man. All right, through his Son and his angels. All right. So hey, man, if you ain't got nothing else, bro.
That was it. All right, man. I got.
So we'll have a part 2. Yep. You see what I'm saying? But keep watching and pray, like I said. All right, we're gonna have to need some strong faith in these times to come. If you die by the sword, you feel me? That's a quick death. But famine is a torturous, long, drawn out death, man. That is not a good look, man. So imagine how niggas act after not eating, 8 hours a day, 8 hours, in the day. Imagine what's gonna happen when 32, 36, 72, hours pass and then haven't ate nothing.
That's a long time.
And you know how 2/3 Monster Jake do. You see what I'm saying? They quick to rob, steal, drug deal. What did Keisha do? And the rest of the tribes, they quick to sell, push the, you feel me? Fucking drug deal, set niggas up. You see what I'm saying? They get some bread so they can feed their little ones. Yeah, so, hey, we coming into some the love of many shall wax cold. Hey, we gonna leave it at that. All right, we gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto our Father, man. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, Ba'asham, Bakak, Wadash, double honor to the apostle, that is a great millstone, who rule well, peace and citation to the hope for elect, Lord willing. This is edifying to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.